And I guess I'm streaming right now. Okay. This is just a test stream. So I might actually put this on private, but I'm there at the moment. It's basically the setup for streaming when I do this show with my wife, which is about vaping. This is my DWM desktop thingy, which I modified myself by writing code. Okay. Oh, here's my dashboard. Okay. All right, all right. So yeah, I could take you on a tour of the thing. Let's see. Let's start a shell. This is. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I changed that. So this is. Hope you can see this. I can make the font a bit bigger. Yes, this is in Dutch because I am Dutch. This is basically DWM with a couple of patches. This is also on my GitHub if you're interested. Let's see, is this up to date? I put something else here. This also has another feature. No extra bar, fancy bar, extra bar, because there's like a toolbar in the bottom. And I also added, what was that thing called? With the, what was that patch called? Hang on. I have fancy bar here, and there was another one, tab bar or something. Tab something. One? No. No. No, hang on. Where are you? Where are you? What was that patch I added? When I see it, I know. This one I added as well. This one is also there. Fancy bar. I think it's extra. No. Yeah, it shows the titles. I know. Dual status. Yeah, that one in there. Oh yeah, extra bar is the. Might as well update this because we already have it. Yeah, and extra bar. That bar. Let's see. Where's my other? Top bar, shows history, top tab, show tab, tab bar or something. Fancy one. What was the thing called? This one? Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, some of them I had to differences. Yeah, I changed that. Oh, for sake. Of course it doesn't. Don't spam me, please. My real name is already known out there, so I really don't give a damn. I thought I checked out with SSH. Apparently I didn't. Let's see. Let's get the password. The hell? Of course. We'll have to change the origin in a bit. Yay, git. Yay, git. Sorry, this is a bit boring, I know. Yeah, there we go. Cool. It's updated. So, let me show you around this thing and all the features it has. Right now it's in TAD mode here. I have also floating. I usually use it in tab, so when I do like this, I can like. I also have some other layouts, but one of my favorites is this one. So now, if I, for instance, start, yeah, with the menu, is that one? Stuff missing. Okay, that is now working, I hope. Why is it not working? Oh, I know. Because I need these. And because my thing is empty. Let's... Yeah, this is actually it's Keybase, but right now I can do like with Alt. You see this thing on top here? Those are tabs. Yeah, you can click on these. I think they're a bit superfluous. I would rather have to be able to click on these, but hey, it is what it is. But I can also make them disappear. And I switch with the Alt key. And if I want to go back to tab, I can tab. So yeah, I have some work to do. But the thing I wanted to test was how this one is working. And I have like a multi-screen setup here. Yeah, this background, by the way, is a bit of an artifact because I have like because the screen was overlapping for a bit when I like fixed the screen with like Xrandr. Then it kind of striped the whole thing. So yeah, well, it is what it is. So while this game is downloading here, why is it going so slow? I have like no idea why this is slow. So anyway, while that is downloading, look at some YouTubes. Let's do some nerding out. But, I don't know if you guys know Curious Mark. He has like a whole vintage computer thing.
Hello, welcome back to our series on the HP 2645 terminals. And in the previous videos, we actually used it to display all kind of fancy tables and mathematical equations. But today, we're going to try to play with it, and I mean really
turn that
play,
down a bit as well.
because apparently
don't get any echoes.
there is a way to run some game programs on it.
Full screen.
Like this.
Oh, that's cool.
Or like this.
Is that running natively?
Like that. So, wait a second, how is that possible that you can play game on what's supposed to be a dumb terminal? Well, you know, it's dumb, but not that dumb, because the processor
That's got 8080 in it.
Is this Intel 8080 8-bit processor. So it is at least as intelligent as one of the first 8-bit.
I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, let's continue.
Microcomputers.
So it is a terminal with an 8080 in it. Seems looking good.
And what happened is that people use a backdoor to run binary programs on it. You see, if you look at the manual at the back pages, they give a list of all the escape codes that you use to program the thing, to do the fancy lettering and the formats and moving the cursor here. And there is one that's very cryptic in here in the middle. It says escape &B, and it says HP diagnostics only. So let's try it.
Speed it up a bit.
Escape.
Now you can do like at least 20 megabytes per second.
When you do that, on the upper left here, it tells you that you have entered the secret loader mode, and basically this is the backdoor that the HP technician used to run binary programs for test purposes. And what it does, I'll show you in a minute, it allows you to load specific memory locations with assembly instructions and then construct all assembly programs and run it. And the game people use the same backdoor, so they probably must have been the original engineers that worked on this machine to know all this.
No doubt.
So to show you what one of those programs look like, I'm going to put the terminal in the display function mode. And the display function, the keys, this is escape and B, they don't execute, they just show what it is. So all the special characters, they show up. So we'll be able to see what the whole program is that's to the whole instructions sequences that's sent to the loader without executing it. So the program's on the tape right now, so I'll read a portion of it. That should be enough. Here we go.
Oh, cool.
And the juicy stuff starts at the bottom over here.
That's assembly.
And right here you have the famous escape &B command, and that will enter in the loader. And right after that you have a number, and that's an address in octal, the little a's for address. So that will load the memory address. And after that you have a series of 3 numbers. This is 040 in octal. D is enter. Basically it will enter it into the memory location, then jump to the next memory location, enters the same number, then enters 177.
Oh, that's clever.
And so on and so forth. And then if we go until the end, let me put the display function back on and continue to read. So there's a whole bunch of these, which is a program in octal basically.
Would be a bitch to debug.
Hexadecimal wasn't used yet at that time. And eventually at the end you have another one of the address instructions. So this is a long number with a little a interpreted as an address, and the large E is execute. So it basically resets the pointer there and tells it to execute from that address. And that's how you load a binary program from an ASCII file.
Okay.
So over here on my modern computer, I have made
Windows
a
7
decryptor for this file. So I could figure out what they did, because most of them were horribly screwed up when you took them from the net. So let's open one of them, Invaders. Actually, that's the one that was in the best shape. And once again, there's a line of text I added and a bunch of octal stuff. So let's try to decode what that is. So let me remove all my text. The first address over here in octal, that's the origin of the program. I'm going to put it there. Remove that. And then the one at the bottom, that's the execution address.
Yeah, it's a fizzy drink. It makes me burp. Sorry about that.
In this little box. And no, I only have octal stuff, so I'm going to do a big conversion to hexadecimal. So then we have the hexadecimal modern format, and I can use a usual disassembler. Actually, that's a disassembler for the Z80. But I wanted to see if this was actual legit code, and you can see it actually disassembles, but not as well as you'd like. It has no invalid codes all over the place, so this doesn't look quite valid until you realize that this is actually data, probably for the little ships that are on the screen. And the instruction, the program starts at this address, which is FOF6. So if we go to FOF6, here we go. It starts here, and yeah, that looks like the beginning of a program with no exchange of registers. And now there's no errors. It's nice 8080 code up to the end. So that sounds very promising. At the end you have a little return and no op, so it's nice and clean. So you can see once you are in the executable portion of the code, this is, you can recognize move instructions over here, jump if not 0, status, etc, etc.
How's the game doing?
Sometimes you can tell it's making calls to the ROM code.
Why is it so slow?
Let me see if I can find one. So which tells me that the people that wrote that are the same ones that wrote
Well,
the
might as well
wrong
turn that
code.
on.
They are the original engineers from HP. So now the only thing that's left is to put the file on a tape. So
Newest version.
read it on the
I'm
terminal.
gonna restart Steam. Yeah.
And for that, I'll use the same setup, my vintage Linux setup I showed in the other video. So here's the file. And all I got to do is to set TTY 2400 baud. We don't want to go too fast when writing the tape. And I have the file somewhere. I just cat the file to
It always
the
starts
serial
on
port.
display 5 for some
And
reason.
here we'll
No
set
idea.
the terminal
It's probably my config.
in
Put it there so I can
remote
put it.
mode, and we'll do recording to the left tape. Set it in record mode, and here all I got to do is press return, and here we go. The transmit light came on. Nothing's written on the screen. Everything goes into the tape. And you just now the file should be in there. So if I do a read from left tape,
Oh, apparently I lost my connection.
it should do
Weird.
it. Yeah, it just went straight into the loader. So it read the escape sequence.
No, I don't want premieres.
Wait.
That is a horrible idea. There's always my life.
And voila, we have downloaded
Yeah,
our game
I'm just
to the
testing
terminal.
things, so no actual content. I might delete this. I don't see how it works.
Okay, die aliens, die.
Yeah, die aliens. Speaking of aliens,
And I went even a step further. I implemented a
Why is
new,
my network
menu
suddenly going
structure. I put the
Crap.
files one after another, and you can
Come on.
program the function keys also with escape functions.
There
So
we
you
go.
can jump directly to the game. So I have Space Invader, Hackman with a version of Pac-Man, Pong, Keep on Driving, and two others, Maze and a shooter. So let's go to Hackman, which is Pac-Man. F2.
seeking.
There you go, Hackman, enters the loader. You see nothing. I think this one shows up directly. There is Hackman. And I'm somewhere
Hackman.
over here. I'm this square bracket.
That's nice.
And there are monsters around. And how does this one work? Cursor keys. Okay. Cursor keys. So here I am. Here we
Basically,
go.
watching YouTube and downloading games.
Oh, yeah, an
From
M
my,
go down.
Oh, if you're wondering what distribution this is,
It's blinking all over.
okay.
No, I'm down here.
Here we go.
Okay.
Basically
Cool.
Arch,
Smack into the
and I'm
monster.
lazy, so I used Intergos.
All right.
Yeah, this is kind of boring. Let's
So-
do something else.
1Q left, battle 5-2
We could
right.
try
arrow. Return to serve and G to start. Return.
this probably works, right?
So this one is very responsive actually. So they
Come
the
on,
game
search.
of Pong, of course, and they use the line character set which I just put on
Minecraft
this
logic.
terminal.
Yeah, okay,
And
I'll take that
read
one.
ready that way. And serve, that's turn. And playing all on my own here is going to be
I don't want to see the PKG build. It's going.
all right.
Yeah. You see some of my interests here. This is a new one. This is a year old. Okay. Yeah, I do stuff with guitar as well. I wish I had a drum kit. cooking. It's probably because my wife used my account. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, I do use a lot of amp modeling.
John here from Sonic Drive Studio. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Today is an awesome day because I have here a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier solo
I'm wondering
I've wanted one of these amps for years.
How that sounds. Let's grab a guitar. It's my Sonar 7-string V. Amp needs to warm up. Yay, dry noise. Might as well tune it then. Of course it can be a bit louder. Wonder how that sounds. Actually not that loud. What the hell is that shit? Feels too clean. like it like this better. How far is the thing? 14 minutes. Well. At least the streaming works. Oh, good. Check. Ah, damn it. Arrow stuck. If Minecraft did anything. Oh, hey, I have to log in. Please don't spam me. Let's see. Yes, I'm using a password manager. Oh, I can actually show you. Hey, 1.13.2. Marvelous. Okay, let's go to my tab mode. And I can just hit play. It will download shit. At least Minecraft isn't that big. But it will show you that basically OpenGL and stuff works. Hope you enjoyed a bit of guitar. I was just playing stuff. Random shit. Yay, downloading individual files. These things used to be packed. Oh yeah, that's
years and years. I remember reading about the dual rectifier in a manual for one of the first pod models years and years ago, probably like 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
The manual said
that was a real
like Dream Theater and Metallica were known for using the dual rectifier. And since I was such a fan of both Dream Theater and Metallica, from that day on I just knew that one day I had to own my own Mesa Boogie dual rectifier, and today is the day, so I'm pretty happy. As you can see, it's the blackface model, and we have the regular 3-channel model going on here. I think it has stock Mesa tubes in it, if I'm correct. I'm going through the red channel, so channel 3 on modern mode, because that's one of the most
metal
modes of this amp. And it sounds killer for hard rock and metal and all that stuff. So what's funny is that for years and years I've been trying to emulate what the dual rectifier does with all sorts of amp modelers. And in recent years, some of them have gotten really close. I mean, the Axe-Fx and the recent Line 6 stuff is really coming close to the real deal, I think.
It does.
It's going to be very interesting and a lot of fun to compare.
Actually, what you heard was also, well, it was this amp here.
So I wrote a couple of riffs and I
recorded but I have this little mower pedal here.
For that, I was using this Franken Audio Systems X-Load Reactive Load LB2 load box, which is awesome.
Which I have into the FX return of this one.
Seem to color the
so I'm not even using the amp of this one.
That's great, you know, it keeps the amp sound pure. From there on, it's going straight into my DAW.
The power section.
I'm using the same
then it's going into, I can also record it with the cabinet of this one, but this also a Torpedo Live here.
And I'm using the V70B speaker option, which sounds very cool. It's based on a very nice sounding Celestion V30 speaker. So that's on all the clips. And for the amp modelers, I used the XFX3 to record all the DI tracks. I'm gonna play the riff in full band contact for each modeler in this video, but I'm also gonna play the riff soloed side by side next to each other so you can really hear the difference well.
Yes.
So that's that.
Oh,
let's
here we
check
go.
out this beast of an amp, and let's see how
It works.
the amp
It
modelers
works.
compare to the real deal. Let's have some fun.
Let's turn down the music is always so. It's down tune. Drop C. Drop C. Let me check, because I think I have a guitar which is tuned in drop C, which is this one. Which has my ratty old. Let's get plug from here. Let me check. This is my Annihilation. It's Jeff Waters custom. I haven't played this one in a while. And it needs tuning. Ooh. D? Oh. Why are you being so difficult? Yeah, see? Get to see, damn it. Come on. Somehow I can't find the C for some reason. What the shit is this? Oh, fuck. might like this if your guitar is correctly intonated, by the way. Why is there no F? There's no F on this tuner. Okay. Should be sort of correct. To switch over from drop tuning. Still not completely in tune, but yeah, it's a drop C. I suspected correctly. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck was that? I cannot drop tune with this thing. That's a new one. Well, at least I also have a tuner on my pedal board, which I'll use next time, I guess. Actually, oh, it's still streaming. Yes, Fractal. Okay, this works. I think I have a server on the network somewhere. If it's still running? Oh yes, it's still running. Oh, yeah. Ready. No, let's not walk that way. Let's not walk that way either. Whee! This is so much easier than just walking all that way. This was real fun to build. Yeah. Because when I was out there, guests were spawning, which was great fun. Yeah, enchanting thingy, and there's a smelter over there. Let's heat a bit. Not even a thunderstorm. This is my cheaty fish farm. be lava here. So how did my farm do? Oh, pretty nice. Could be some sugarcane coming down, or it's already in the chest. Awesome! Awesome, awesome! Cheapies. Okay, cool. That works. Whatever. How are you doing? What the fuck is this? Because I'm streaming? Okay. Okay, I'll quit the stream. At least I've shown you my thing. Oh, yeah, it's just a tray also. Patches. Oh, before I forget, you can find my my thingy. It's right here. Yeah. So I believe there's the entire history of the project here. Oh, I also added the brightness keys, I believe. Yeah, I remember that. There was some chicanery. Still something not right with some Unicode thingies here. These are all Unicode clips. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna do something else. See you guys around. Bye bye.